Hey y'all, it's me Marty. Welcome to another video. And in this short video, I just want to encourage you to be prepared, but don't fear. Okay, now that sounds funny coming from me, because when I go for a hike or a ramble out in the woods, it seems like I'm always afraid. Afraid of bears and spiders, and you know, most of the time I'm just being funny. I'm a little I don't like spiders. I'm not crazy about them. You know, I don't want to be mauled by a bear, but I'm actually not really afraid. I don't fear anything. God is with me always. I'm just usually being funny. And when it comes right down to it, I think I'm pretty brave most times, going out in the woods and the mountains and the desert and places that I probably shouldn't be by myself, and just rambling around. And but yeah, I try not to fear, you know, and I don't think that's a good thing, but it's good to be prepared. So just want to touch on this just real quick, and just show you where I'm at here. It's really pretty. There's beauty in every area of every state, every country. Every landscape is beautiful. It's all God's creation. Just want to show you where I'm at here. It's kind of pretty this morning, but I just want to touch on this real quick, just share some thoughts, my little rambling thoughts. I've noticed on YouTube that there's a lot of videos and channels about I don't know, kind of end of the world stuff and gloom and doom and being prepared, and you know, talks of government shutdown and shortages of food and economic, you know, collapse and all this, and civil war even in the U.S. and all this different stuff. And you know, I don't get into all that too much, but at least on some level, I think we should all be aware of, you know, the hard things that are happening in the world and the changes and stuff, and just to be prepared, but don't be fearful. You know, and so people go all out, you know, having a year's supply of all the different things they would need, and even weapons and all that stuff. I don't get into that, and you know, some of you may, and that's fine, you know, but to be prepared on some level. And so I just want to talk about this a second, like to think about it on a small level and a big level, like going for a day hike. You know, you know me, I always have my pack on. I'm not going for a hike right now. My truck's right back there. I'm just at a rest area here. But and actually I have things on me, you know. I have a ferro rod and a lighter and a small first aid kit and a pocket multi-tool and my knife, and everything's on me, even just where I'm at. But to be prepared, if I go for a day hike, I have at least my small pack and the 10 essentials in there, and I have water and snacks and first aid and ways to start a fire and to purify water and all that stuff, even just for a day hike. And if I'm going on a bigger hike, I'll take a bigger pack and all this stuff. If you're going to do an overnight or a weekend or camping, or, you know, a week or whatever, or a through hike somewhere, take all the stuff, take a big backpack and all the things you would need. And that goes for life too, and at home. You know, and I don't think there's anything wrong with having, you know, don't get down to one roll of toilet paper and a couple bottles of water. There's nothing wrong with having 2 or 3 or 4 cases of toilet paper. You're going to use it. Even if there's not a shortage, you're going to use it. And water, you know, have cases of water. We always have like probably 10 cases of water in our mud room, and every time I go to Walmart, I grab a few cases of water, you know, just in case. Just good to have. But I've been thinking lately, and I want to do this. I want to make a tote, have a big tote, kind of a bug out tote, and actually have a couple of bug out bags, backpacks or duffel bags too, just in case something happened. I don't know why. There's running cows here. Where are they running from? Whoa. There's just like a herd of cows running. Where are they running to? Anyway, so I've been thinking about that for a while, and I want to do it. I want to make get a tote, you know, one of the big totes from Walmart. They're like $10, and just fill it up, you know, and have, you know, water and canned food and packaged food. You know, have flashlights and batteries and candles and phone chargers and battery banks. Maybe get a small generator or big, you know, one of the big power bank things sometime. You know, have a couple blankets, some extra clothes, ways to purify water, and a fire kit, and first aid, and medical, you know, medicines and pills and all that stuff you'd need. You know, just, you know, maybe even a tent in there, and a tarp, and a paracord, and bank line, and rope, and you know, just different things like that. Kind of like the 10 essentials in a backpack, but only on a bigger level. And have lots of supplies, lots of things you would need. And then it's ready. Like, I don't know what would happen, you know, but if something happened, we could take that tote and put it in the Jeep or the pickup and go, and then we'd have enough to survive for a while or whatever if we needed to somewhere, if we had to leave home for some reason. I don't know what reason, but and then I also have a couple of backpacks, a couple of bug out bags with, you know, just stuff in there. And I think that's a good idea, just to be prepared. We don't know what's going to happen in the world. And it might be a big disaster, catastrophe thing, or it might just be, you know, I don't know what, but that we'd have to leave for a weekend, you know, or even want to, you know. I mean, I think that's just good to have a big tote, kind of a bug out tote or bug out bags. Have them in your home, and actually in your vehicle too, I think is a good idea. And I want to do that, and just to be prepared, but don't fear. You know, I think that's a good thing. You know, a lot of people go way out on this, but you know, and that's okay. You know, and not everybody's there. But then there's a lot of people that aren't prepared for anything, and I don't think that's good. If you're going to go for a day hike, be prepared. I think it's good to be prepared at home for just things changing in the world, and we don't know what'll happen. So again, you know me, I'm not a gloom and doom kind of person. You know, I like to just live life fully every day, and God is in control. And I mean, if I die today at 57 years old, I've had a full life. I've had a blessed life. If I live another 50 years, that's wonderful too. I have no fear, you know, and I have Jesus, so I have joy in my heart. And again, I don't bury my head in the sand. I know about all the hard things that happen in the world and all the different things. Do what I can and pray about everything, but focus on the good. And but I think there is a good. I think it's good to be prepared, but to not fear. So I just wanted to share those just rambling thoughts about that. So where I'm at is I am at the Cosgrave rest area. I'm in between. Well, I'm just west of Winnemucca, Nevada. And I mean, I'm in the desert here. I mean, this is desert. There's signs around warning for, I mean, everything bites or stings out here. I mean, spiders and ants and snakes and scorpions and lizards, and you never know. So you gotta be careful in the desert. But it is pretty. There's mountains all around. I really like driving across Nevada. I mean, it's like a 8-10 hour drive across the state on I-80, but it's just gorgeous. It's one of my favorite states. Wide open deserts and gorgeous mountain peaks and passes. And I'll zoom in a little bit here. You know, it's wide open valleys and deserts, and then all of a sudden there's a mountain peak or a mountain range or a mountain pass, and you climb up and then you go down the other side, and it's just gorgeous. The wide open desert and mountains of Nevada. It's about 58 degrees this morning here. Sunny. Gorgeous Saturday morning. I don't know where those cows went. Oh, they're over there. Maybe somebody is herding them or moving them, or, you know, a cattle range or cattle roping, what do you call it when they move cattle? I don't know. So I quickly looked at the map, and looking to the south here, there's Dun Glen Peak is over there, and then Auld Lang Syne Peak is over there also. But yeah, you know, I like mountains, you know, I like lakes. I mean, Minnesota is where I live, where we live, and that's my favorite state. And I love the, you know, all the lakes and farm country of Minnesota, and we have some hills and lots of rivers and trails, and but I like the mountain states too, and even the deserts are beautiful in their own way. You know, I've stopped in the desert and at rest areas and different places, and you know, I've seen coyotes running, and you know, seen lizards and all the different things. And it's all God's creation, and it's all beautiful. Yeah, I decided to share a little bit here. Just my thoughts on being prepared, but not fearing. And yeah, share a little bit of the desert scenery here and in Nevada. Beautiful day the Lord has made. I just pray you're all doing well. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.